Love is the most powerful and complex emotion in the world. It can elevate your life to the peak of happiness or tear down your self-esteem in the blink of an eye. How many times have you felt your heart race only to find yourself alone on the journey? Moments later, wondering where you went wrong. If you've ever felt lost in a relationship where all the effort comes from you and is not reciprocated, where you dedicate yourself to the limit and still feel unvalued, this video is for you. Get ready to discover how to regain emotional control and make the loved one see you in a new light, a light of respect and reciprocity. We all long for true love, the kind that makes us feel whole and fulfilled. However, what happens when the emotional investment in a relationship becomes one-sided? When we are the only ones making an effort, love, instead of empowering us, can slowly erode our self-esteem and leave us exhausted and unvalued. Love should not be an emotional prison where you sacrifice everything without return. Today, I will share 7 powerful and effective methods to balance the dynamics of your relationships. These methods will help you regain your worth, establish mutual respect, and make the other person strive to keep you close. If you want to transform your approach and build a healthier and fairer connection, this video is an essential guide to starting to be recognized and valued as you deserve. Often, we find ourselves trapped in relationships where we invest all our time, energy, and emotion, hoping the other side will reciprocate with the same intensity. The reality is not always that way. By dedicating ourselves unilaterally, we end up ignoring our own limits while the other person settles in, takes us for granted, and does not recognize our worth. The feeling of being underestimated not only erodes self-esteem, but also leads us to a state of emotional emptiness, where every attempt to win reciprocity only results in more frustration. The true challenge is to understand that we do not need to accept this dynamic, and that it is possible to regain trust, establish healthy boundaries, and demand respect. The great obstacle is to break free from this vicious cycle and realize that the key to transforming the situation is in our hands. Today, we will discuss how to turn the tables and restore balance so that you can be valued and respected in your relationships without having to sacrifice your happiness. Each rule we will discuss today is an essential step to transforming the way you position yourself in your relationships and gaining a space of respect and balance. Rule 1. Stop investing so much. Relationships should be like a dance where both partners contribute equally. If you find yourself constantly carrying the weight alone, it's time to take a step back. Allow the other person to show interest and effort. This strategic pause not only reveals the other's true commitment, but also protects your energy and self-esteem. Rule 2. Value your attention. Your attention is one of the most precious things you can offer, so do not distribute it indiscriminately. When you offer attention deliberately and selectively, it becomes seen as a rare gift, something worth fighting for. This makes people value your presence and strive harder to win it. Rule 3. Show your independence. Being happy on your own is a powerful statement. It shows that your happiness does not depend on anyone other than yourself, which is an extremely attractive quality. Demonstrating self-sufficiency does not mean that you do not value the company of others, but that your life is complete with or without them. This evokes respect and admiration. Rule 4. Be ready to cut ties. Staying in a relationship where you are not treated as a priority is a way of disrespecting yourself. Learning to set boundaries and having the courage to walk away when those boundaries are not respected sends a clear message. You know your worth and do not accept less than you deserve. This stance not only protects your dignity, but also makes the other person realize the importance of acting correctly to keep you. Rule 5. Be emotionally self-sufficient. Emotional dependence weakens your position in a relationship. Developing your inner strength and handling your emotions on your own not only empowers you but also changes the perception others have of you. An emotionally self-sufficient person is seen as resilient and worthy of respect. Rule 6. Stop seeking validation. It's common to want approval, but when your happiness depends on external validation, you lose control of your self-confidence. By stopping this quest for validation, you redefine your worth based on your own beliefs. This not only changes the way you see yourself, but also how others perceive you as someone secure and self-sufficient. Rule 7. Don't reveal all your love at once. Maintain a certain degree of mystery and let the other person feel the need to earn your affection. Showing all your love at once can lead to you being underestimated. When you hold back and allow the other person to wonder about your feelings, you create a dynamic that keeps interest and curiosity alive, increasing desire and appreciation. These rules, when applied strategically and consciously, will not only balance the dynamics of your relationships, but also strengthen your sense of identity and self-esteem. When you decide to change the way you behave in a relationship, something powerful happens. Stopping being dependent and adopting a more selective and self-sufficient stance is not just a superficial adjustment. It is an internal transformation that emanates self-confidence and dignity. This change directly impacts how others perceive you. Suddenly, you cease to be someone who is always available and predictable to become someone intriguing, strong, and valuable. This new posture makes the other person recognize your worth in a way they may have never perceived before. They come to understand that your presence is not guaranteed and that maintaining your affection requires reciprocity and effort. This awareness sparks an immediate response, the desire to reciprocate and fight for your attention. For now, you are no longer seen as someone who can be taken for granted, but rather as a priority that deserves dedication. At this crucial moment, you will notice the difference in how the relationship dynamics change. Gestures of consideration and respect begin to flow more naturally. This phase is the tipping point where true reciprocity becomes evident, and you feel that you no longer need to carry the relationship alone. You transform from an option into a choice, from someone begging for attention to someone who is admired and desired. This is the key to building a more balanced relationship, where both parties value and invest fairly in each other. Healthy relationships do not happen by chance. They are built on the pillars of balance and mutual respect. By applying these 7 rules, you lay a solid foundation to be not only recognized but truly valued and admired by those beside you. This approach strengthens your emotional position and transforms the relationship dynamics into a partnership where both feel motivated to invest and care for each other. With these practices, you begin to notice significant changes. Not only do you gain respect, but you also create an environment of greater reciprocity, where every gesture of affection and every word spoken carries real weight. The self-sufficiency and confidence you project not only attract, but also maintain the interest and dedication of the other person, resulting in a connection that is not sustained by the fear of loss, but by the desire to share and grow together. This journey to rebalance your relationships is not just about external strategies. It is a transformation that begins from the inside out. You become more aware of your own value, more selective with your time and energy, and more determined to seek a partnership where respect and admiration are mutual. This change leads to a loving experience that is genuine, profound, and sustainable, as it is based on authenticity and equity. Therefore, by adopting these rules, you not only protect your self-esteem, but also create a stronger and truer relationship, where both sides feel seen, heard, and appreciated. Now it's your turn to act. Reflect deeply on which of these rules you will start to apply in your life. It is time to take charge of your emotional well-being and build more balanced and meaningful relationships. Share in the comments which rule resonated the most with you and why it makes sense for your current moment. Write down your promise, a commitment to become a more confident, independent, and valued person. Remember, small steps can lead to big changes. If you are ready for a transformation in your love life and want more valuable tips that really work, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any video that can help strengthen your self-esteem and improve your relationships. And if this video resonated with you, share it with friends who also need to hear this message. Together, we can build healthier and happier relationships.